Scientists injected the DNA of a king cobra into their assistant's body. Before long, his body underwent a bizarre transformation. Not only did his skin become covered in snake scales, but even his head began to evolve into that of a snake. However, just as he was about to fully transform into a snake, the assistant couldn't resist letting out a fart. This caused the effects of the experiment to dissipate, interrupting it on the spot. The assistant ended up becoming a half-human, half-snake creature. The doctor was furious because this was not the result he had anticipated. Without hesitation, he sold the assistant off cheaply to the circus in town. The owner of this circus was also not quite normal, but it was this risky acquisition that kept the circus running. Relying on their unique snake human, they attracted a large number of customers. Everyone marveled at the existence of the snake human, unaware that it was a result of human mutation. Meanwhile, on the other side, the doctor, because his previous assistant had mutated, found his old friend who was a university professor to introduce him to a college student to be his new assistant. Seeing the doctor's arrogant attitude, the professor initially didn't want to help, but being old friends for many years, the professor finally agreed to help. So, he introduced a college student named David to be the doctor's assistant. Once they found an assistant, the doctor immediately drove to the experimental base in the wilderness. As soon as he entered, a beautiful woman came out. She was the doctor's daughter, and when David saw the beautiful woman, he was even more determined to stay. Then the doctor led David into the laboratory, introducing him to various snake species and telling him which ones were non-venomous. Personally, let David try it himself. Then the doctor introduced him to a variant turtle from Malaysia. Seeing the friendly and approachable doctor, David's trust in him instantly increased. Seeing that David was already convinced, the doctor took the opportunity to introduce him to the laboratory's venomous snakes. The ones with red labels are highly poisonous snakes. Even with serum, there may not be enough time for rescue, and David's job involves extracting snake venom, so the doctor falsely claimed, for safety reasons, that he needed to inject David with snake venom antibodies. In reality, he injected a modified DNA of the king cobra extracted by the doctor. David thus became the doctor's second little white mouse. And the doctor, so as not to make the effects too obvious, chose to inject in small batches over multiple sessions. He pretended to care about David's well-being. David thought the doctor was taking good care of him, and laughed foolishly. Yet David failed to notice that after injecting the serum, he inexplicably felt a strange affinity for the king cobra. And when David had dinner at 5 p.m., he showed extreme drowsiness. The doctor chuckled and said it was a normal phenomenon, and there might also be fever and other symptoms. Little did he know that this was the king cobra DNA wreaking havoc. David began to enter the poisonous illusion of DNA modification, and it lasted for a week. When David woke up again, he found a crowd gathered at his doorstep.